is where were you born, where you're from, and things of that nature, so that when you fill it out, your correct Social Security number and things of that sort is placed there. That's the purpose of you putting your identity on these copyrights and on the publishing. You need clearance forms from BMI or either ASCAP or CSAC. These are the companies that you need to be affiliated. Again, it's about music business. And then once you hit the stage, there are two other forms of copyrights that you do. You either do a sound recording or you do a regular copyright when you actually just write the words to your songs and lyrics. Now, let me make it plain and clear to you. If you copyright your words and don't copyright the sound recording, and someone else uses your words in a song, guess what happens? They don't owe you. You can't sue them for using the words. They can get an actual compulsory, which is another form of mechanical licenses to do your song without your permission.
And so the DVD helps someone who wants to be a music star, you know, navigate through these processes.
Yes.
Because I mean, going back to the copyright, a lot of people think it's a lot harder than what your DVD will actually show them that it is.
Yes, and what's so amazing, we're going to make it plain English. We have to set it in stone, because if they don't get it now, they won't get it later. And you say, well, what is it that you're getting out of this? Because it has been, look, I am about being successful. I've sung on so many stages. So when it's time to do that, I'm prepared for that. But I'm about being successful in everything that I put my hands on. And so in order for me to be successful, I've always told folks, if you want your dreams to come true, make someone else's dreams come true. And that's really what this is all about, trying to help others. But they still have to follow the steps.
Follow you. It's a map, right? It's a map, navigating your way through the industry.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a navigation system.
So it's the GPS. Actually, the DVD is the GPS. You know, since everybody's into GPS systems nowadays, I mean, I got one on my phone, you know, where I can just log in. So this DVD, you know, so you want to be a music star, will help you navigate through the business aspect as well as the technical aspect of the music game or business.
That's right.
And it comes from a man of vast and great experience, right?
Yeah, I had to become one of great experience because, again, I'm in a genre that's so small. It has grown in the inspirational facets, because we know the Kirk Franklin's and the different people of that nature. I'm not going to drop names. You know who your top 10 are, but there are thousands upon thousands that come behind them that many of you, believe it or not, are even greater than those who reach.
And that's what I was going to say. You know, you got your top 10 or your final 4, but really there's a whole rack of people who are some saint. I mean, you just hear it on like Sunday's Best.
Yes.
I mean, they had 20 singers that they narrowed it down to, and then they had to narrow it down to 10. But the other 10, I can take in the studio right now and record a whole album, and it could be a smash success. Only if I come away with the DVD.
Business of being, and it includes, it's all inclusive, because it's not just talking to those that aspire to be singers, but it's see, let me make it plain to you. The most successful people in this business are not even known. We don't even know them. They live in nice, awesome mansions. They have the finest cars. See, what we see a lot of our rappers with, many of them don't own any of that property. They're borrowing it, and if the label just so happened to drop them, guess what? They don't take the house with them on some wheels like you see them big trucks riding down the highway. They leave everything and they start back over. And that's what's so tragic about this industry, is that it'll leave you high and dry. And how do you apply for a job at Macy's when everybody that worked at Macy's look up to you as the star? And have bought all of your music. I never forget. I have to tell a story.
Well, hold on. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with that story.
All right.
Once again, it is what it is. I'm your host, Derek Lymus, Dr. John Butler. We're talking about his new DVD, So You Want to Be a Music Star. We'll be back after this break.
More than 2 million seals killed over the last decade. Stop Canada's seal hunt. Visit ifa.org.
Hey, welcome back, to this second segment of It Is What It Is. I'm your host, Derek Lymus, sitting here with Dr. John Butler, who is basically, you have a DVD that's going to be coming out soon, So You Want to Be a Music Star, right?
Yes.
And we were sitting here talking about, in the first segment, how artists really don't own much. Yeah. They might have a whole bunch that you see on videos and, when they go into, the red carpet, award shows and what have you, but it might not even be theirs.
You know what they call it? It's a terminology in the music industry. It's called intellectual properties.
Oh.
That's what we call it. And that's what we need to understand in this business in order to make it further. That anything someone just hands to you, especially in the millions of that they spend on these artists for videos, for the limousines, for even the trucks that they ride around. Remember the Hummers were hitting this road before gas went through the roof. Mm-hmm. We don't see many of those anymore. They went to the smaller cars and everything, the hybrids. But nevertheless, they're not owned by the artist. It's owned by the industry. And it's a great, like I said before, and I will always repeat this, fame is a facade. Because anything that is true doesn't leave you like talking about it. It just doesn't fade like that. Life is true. So you have an opportunity to have life everlasting. You hear what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So these are the things that we need to understand in this business in order for us to make it. That's why it's called So You Want to Be a Music Star.
So, navigating the music industry, we talked about the music game, the music business, and now you have the technical aspects, the web blogs, the podcasting, the social networking aspect, the RSS feeds. Talk a little bit about that.
We're in a revolution. That's what this is called. As we talk about global warming, global changing, whether we believe in it or not, it's here. We got hail falling like snowballs just about, but yet there are people who are saying it's not true. People's homes are flooded. It's the same thing with the music industry now. Podcasts, I know they never thought anything like that would come to fruition. Social networking, if I can just park right there for a moment. A social networking site, my brothers and my sisters, is not your personal website. A social networking site is a marketing tool by which we all use in order to inform someone of our capabilities or what we have coming to fruition. That's what a social networking site, because I found out that many people, they get offended when you send them something and you place it upon their site. That's why it's called a social network. And all you have to do, if you don't appreciate the resume or the video or the song, you then go there and you delete it and say that I don't want it. But all of these things are now laid out and set in stone so that you don't have to run to an executive and say, I need you to hear my song. It is now about pleasing your supporters.
So, talk about your RSS feed. What's RSS feeders?
RSS means real simple syndication. That's what it means. In other words, now, whereas we used to send out press releases and you'd mail out, oh my God, so many press releases, and then a lot of times you don't know if they received them or not. Now with the technology, all you have to do is send it to your blog. Your blog is automatically intercepted by anyone who wants to receive news or updates from you. There's also video blogs, there's MP3 blogs, and so now it makes it accessible. Man, I sent out something the other morning, and my God, it was almost 20 million people that had an immediate access to it. That's why the major labels are not of a necessity anymore if you really want people to know what you're doing. So RSS feed means real simple syndication.